and welcome back to Reactioncast, where you can listen to us on Anchor, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, or any other podcasting platform, or now on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe so you can keep in check with all your TV, anime, and movie thoughts and reactions. So I just got back from watching Detective Pikachu. So, what did I think of the film? So, without getting into spoilers, let's see here. Let's see. So, the film, I'm going to be honest, the film is pretty fun. It's a fun film. It's a pretty fan-servicey movie. The designers who ever worked on the Pokemon to be in the live action did a wonderful job. The Pokemon legit felt like they were a part of the world, and they weren't just some weird side gimmick. They were like essential, and it just felt right. That's one of the interesting things. There was a lot of, honestly, at some points it was just me trying to spot the Pokemon because there was just such a huge variety, and I'm glad that they included just about everything. They did go a little heavy centric on Gen 1, but I think that's normal, since that's kind of what not only the someone from my generation, but some of the newer generation too, who are getting into the game. So yeah. But let's talk about kind of the story, the actors, and things like that. All right, the story. Well, as you know, the story is about our main guy trying to find what happened to his dad, and here comes around Detective Pikachu, and they try to solve this issue. So. What's the name of the main actor? I think his name is Drew. I can't remember his name. Honestly, I can't remember his name. But his acting was actually not too bad. I actually felt there was some emotion there. But the issue I had with this movie was the plot just felt odd. Because there was so many weird jumps and character introductions. Like, here, I'm he, like, this is me, and like, oh no, it was just really awkward. Like, there were so many scenes that just felt awkward for me, and it just didn't make sense. And like, at that point, I just like, you know what, whatever, just let's see what happens. But it just continued. There were so many weird plot spots that never like properly flowed. At some points, it was like, I don't know. It's like, oh, here we go. This is the best way to put it. So it's like when someone has to go to like point A to point B to point C, and then so on and so on. The movie felt like it was going from point A to point D, then to point M. Like there was sometimes this weird disconnect, and there was just never some clear movement. I think that's fine, because this is a somewhat of a children's film in a sense, but goddamn, there are some very adult jokes in here, and yeah, I'm gonna give it that. The comedy in this is actually not too bad. There are some hit and miss, but it's not too bad. The action, oh yeah, the action's really great. It's Pokemon. There's gonna be some fun scenes. There are, it's overall an entertaining movie. But I just felt the way the movie flowed, and then how it kind of concluded. The way it concluded was okay. I get it. I never played the original Detective Pikachu game, so apparently I didn't know what was happening. So I was hoping to pick that one up, but we'll see. I don't know. Overall, it was not a bad movie. Like, it just felt awkward to me. So, yeah, that's it. Would I recommend people to go see it? You can wait on this one. If you're a fan of the Pokemon, like you're a really big fan of Pokemon, yeah, you're gonna want to watch this. It's a really it's awesome, because just seeing Pokemon in the real world is really cool. And it's not some weird gimmick or anything. It's like they exist. Anyone else? I would wait a little bit. It's not a movie that's like go watch it now. It's it's a fun film. If you're like bored and you just want to see some fun action, yeah, go for it. But yeah, those are my thoughts for the movie. So we're gonna get into spoilers in a little bit. So I'm gonna keep talking like this, just to let you know that we're gonna be talking spoilers. So if you don't want to hear anything, you can stop now and then come back later after you finish watching, or that's it, you know. So one last time, we're gonna get into spoilers. All right, we're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, let's see here. So, when talking about this film, all the for a moment I thought they were gonna try to introduce. So no, you know what? Let's start this. So Rhyme City, the way they introduced this city is apparently there's this big like whatchamacallit, like billionaire, I would say, who is like dying of cancer, and he's trying to find a cure, and by that he's trying to do a lot of things because he knows that Pokemon evolve, he wants people to evolve, yada yada yada. So he creates this world where Pokemon coexist for the most part with people, and Pokemon coexist. Yeah, coexist. Why can't I talk? Ha! And so there's like no Pokeballs, no nothing, and you know, just the people are living with each other, and it's normal. At that point, if you're very astute to films at this point, or any television show or book, you can tell that him and his son are like the bad guys. Like, there's our bad guys. Alright. Like, honestly, that's what I thought. It was like, yeah, these are the bad guys. Like, these guys are trying to do good. Yeah, no, they're the bad guys. His name's Tim. Oops. I forgot his name. Anyways, Tim. So you know, we get introduced with Tim. He's just kind of this, you know, he's estranged to his son and everything. And it's interesting that you do get some emotion from him, but it's well and good. But the times he goes to do some of these actions, like, what are you doing and why? Because we get into the point where he starts going into like these like shady places, like, hey, you know, you can die here. You know, at this point, people know that Pokemon can do some real harm, and you would think, like, you know, you don't have technical Pokemon or anything. Like, come on. You know, you're going into warehouses to do illegal Pokemon battles. You go into a hidden facility. Oh my god, it's just bonkers. Like, it's bonkers. And yeah. But then, you know, you get to this like finale. Like, honestly, the finale is, well, man, it's crazy. So you're in the trailers, you get that moment where Mewtwo's around and everything, and like, okay, I thought they were gonna create Mewtwo, but no, apparently he's already been in existence. It just captured him, and at this point, you get a moment where they're trying to figure out what's happening, but apparently the evil guy, or the old man, his what he tries to do is, or what he's been trying to do, is use like this gas that kind of just makes Pokemon go insane, and using the power of Mewtwo, and in a sense he put his mind in Mewtwo, and like, okay, what the fuck's happening? Apparently Mewtwo has the ability to, for any willing Pokemon, for a human soul to inhabit it. And it's like, okay, what the fuck is happening? Like, what happens to the Pokemon soul and anything? So, you know, you get this whole this whole moment in the finale where all the people get absorbed into their Pokemon. Like, okay. And, you know, they have this like really interesting battle with evil villain man Mewtwo. It's weird. And then Pikachu. And it's pretty fun and everything, but the finale where, you know, they defeat him, you know, it's a Pokemon movie, you defeat the bad guy and everything. And Mewtwo like, yeah, you know, you gotta figure this out, because throughout the movie, you were trying to figure out who or what happened to Harry, Tim's dad, and you're trying to find him. But kind of when you figured out when Mewtwo had this ability, you kind of like, wait a second. You learn that the reason Tim can talk to Pikachu is because Tim's dad is inside Pikachu, and something about like hearts and shit, like Pokemon knowledge. Yeah, it's a thing. Why not, right? So Tim's dad was inhabiting the body of Pikachu for the extended period of time and just had some amnesia at that point. And yeah, and you get to the point where you get to see Tim's dad, and it turns out to be Ryan Reynolds, the actor, at least. It's funny. I was like, whoa. Honestly, I was like a little surprised. The two surprises that got me in this film were the whole dude puts his mind into Mewtwo, and kind of the soul thing, but then the Ryan Reynolds was more bigger. So those are the two biggest ones that I felt were like, oh my god, that's crazy. And it made me like actually pretty happy, and I was like, yeah. But like I said, the way the film flowed, it just was awkward, and it was not really my thing. And like, let's see, like when you get introduced to his female cast counterpart, she literally shows up in the first few minutes of the film, just like, oh yeah, I'm a reporter. Not really, I'm a receptionist, an assistant, and it just shows up, and it's like, this is the weirdest way to introduce a character, like that. Like, it's just in your face, like, okay. Like, I knew that was her character, it just felt awkward. Then you had the whole thing with the lieutenant, and that one felt a little off, too. There's, like, no meld, but if you really think about it realistically, it kind of makes sense, but it's really awkward. Yeah, that's kind of it, really. Honestly, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, if you take a moment to